I was nervous about watching Carol's Christmas because, on the one hand, I love anything that's even loosely inspired by Dickens' A Christmas Carol. But on the other hand, it has 2.1 out of 10 on IMDb, which is not a great rating. But I always give films a chance. There are plenty of films that don't have the best ratings, and I actually really enjoyed them. Unfortunately, this isn't one of them. It was basically unwatchable because the audio was abysmal, but I'll talk more about that in a moment. This was released in 2021, it's written and directed by David S. Womack, and it stars Sahara Prade as Carol Scrooge. I quite like the name Carol Scrooge, I think that works very well, and it is loosely based on Dickens' A Christmas Carol, very loose, similar concept. And the story is not amazing, but it's okay. If you're looking for an adaptation of A Christmas Carol, this isn't it. It's not A Christmas Carol in any traditional sense, but I thought the narrative was fine. I didn't love it, but it's darker than I expected, but not in a bad way. It was okay. I guess creative credit where it's due. So the story, I guess, has potential. The acting is fine as well. No problems with the acting. However, there are so many other problems. Mostly the technical things are not great. The narrative and the acting are bearable. The acting's a bit better than that, so it's fine. But the actual cinematography is terrible. The camera work is not the worst I've ever seen. But the sound, as I said, it is so quiet. There are times when the characters sound like they're whispering, and they're not, but they sound like they are. And I should point out this is on Plex. Maybe the audio is better in other places, but it definitely is very difficult to hear on Plex. And the lighting is terrible. Often it's quite dimly lit, very dimly lit, and then there are times when it feels like there's this strange fuzziness going over the top of the screen, and it's not very clear. And that makes it really uncomfortable to watch. Had the audio been okay, then the visuals would have been bearable, but struggling to hear it while visually not enjoying it meant that it was just a really, really unpleasant experience. And even if the narrative was the best thing ever, which it isn't, it's fine, as I said, the technical aspects are so poor that it's not a watchable film. I sat through it, but I definitely don't recommend it. Carol's Christmas, as a story, gets credit for being a little bit different. The performances are absolutely fine. But the audio, the lighting, and a little bit of the camera work, not all of it, and some of the editing as well is very amateur, but again, not all of it, just bits here and there. It's not a good film. Maybe it would have been better as a short story or a novel. On paper, it's definitely better than the final product. Carol's Christmas is not very well done at all.